What's going on, everybody? Diggity here with episode 1 from the Doom Crafters server. So normally when I start a world, there's a couple things I try to do, and this world's not going to be any different. I'm going to try to get things established really fast, the way I normally do. Normally I'll look for a cave in the beginning that I can try to get some resources out of. But this is a little bit different. This is a server shared with me and my friend Lenny B, and he's actually just told me that he's already setting up a place not too far from here, so I'm gonna go check it out. So the whole purpose of this server is really just to see how far we can take this project. Just making videos, seeing how things go, seeing if people like any of the content. I tend to be a little bit more technical, more into the building aspect. I try to mix decorative elements with function, and Lenny's the exact opposite. He is entertaining. He's a funny, cranky old man. Yeah, that's about the best way to describe him. If you ever want to laugh watching a Minecraft video, give Lenny a check out. Pretty confident to say I don't think this would actually work in real life. One of the things that'll let me know when I'm close to where Lenny is, you'll start seeing a bunch of floating trees, because I don't think he's caught on to getting rid of the whole thing, and it drives me nuts. Grab 3, replace the wood pickaxe with stone, get rid of the wood because it's trash. Coal and iron already is a pretty good deal. Knowing Lenny, he probably spent about 2 hours on this. So right now I'm just going through looking for a couple things. First, I'm just trying to get away from the monsters that have killed Lenny several times. Then I'm just going to look for a place where I can start to build.
And this will also give me a bit of meat to use. Early game food is usually a big thing. Normally I'm a bit more organized, but trying to find Lenny, trying to see what he did, sort of threw me off.
It looks like we have glaciers. You know what? I think this will be a good place for me to set up. Glacier and turtles. That'll work. Let me see what all we have access to here. We get pumpkins, a sheep, a couple sheep. So we got food covered. Couple trees. We have the glacier back here, so we don't have to worry about ice. See if I can see what's past the glacier from up here. A couple islands, got a shipwreck that looks really well intact. Yeah, I think this spot will work. So getting rid of all the trees, I only got 27 oak, 5 spruce. Got a good amount of saplings though. A couple apples that I can use as food sticks so I don't have to waste extra logs. Next thing I'm going to do is set up a basic shelter. And I'm thinking, since Lenny is to the south of me, which is that direction, probably go and build a cave right in here. There's a cave somewhere on my little island. I keep hearing a witch giggle menacingly. I actually have a pretty good bow now. So many fucking monsters. The way I found it is I was tunneling down and I started hearing monsters making noise in the walls. Right now I'm going through lighting it up. So far from raiding that cave, I got just about a full stack of iron, a bunch of gold, and a bunch of mob drops. But the thing I'm proudest of, I got an enchanted bow. It's got power 3 and unbreaking 3. Actually hits pretty hard. Oh, I also killed a wandering trader and got some leads off of him. But that's nothing special. I haven't had any armor on. I have like a stack of iron and never used it. Bam, diamond pickaxe. Okay, so I mined for just about 2 hours, and in that time I was able to get 795 redstone dust, 383 coal, 236 iron, 185 lapis, 60 gold, and if you count the 2 pickaxes I broke mining all this, I got a total of 27 diamonds. That's not bad for 2 hours.
Cool.
Alright, got a bit of armor. Decorated the entrance here a little bit. And I went ahead and changed the bedroom down here a little bit. All I really did was put cobblestone columns in the corners. Couple granite walls. Smooth granite. Some recessed lighting here. Just make it look a little bit better. Now that I got some armor, I'm more likely to survive, which is always a good thing. Lenny's probably died 30 times so far. I think the next thing I'm gonna do, let me check on my wheat down here. Alright, got a bit of wheat. I need a source of food. And I think there are sheep here. But I actually think setting up an AFK fish farm would probably get me more food. Get me food faster, that's for sure. So I think that's what I'm going to work on now, set up a fish farm. Okay everybody, here we are in a creative test world just so I can go over a couple things with the AFK fishing farm. The first thing I want to go over is the loot tables you can get from it. And these are what makes it so valuable. First thing you got junk, you have a 10% chance of fishing this up. These are all the items you can get from it. You can get these anywhere. The exception is the bamboo. You can only fish that up in a jungle biome. The next category is treasure. You have a 5% base chance of getting this. You have enchanted fishing rods, enchanted bows, enchanted books, name tags. So these are a lot more useful, a lot more beneficial to the player early game. And then the last category is going to be fish. You have the highest chance of catching fish, 85% base chance. And there's 4 different types. You have the cod, you have the salmon, you have the puffer fish, and you have tropical fish. Now, to make fishing a little bit easier, there's 2 enchants that are exclusive to fishing rods. The first enchant is going to be Luck of the Sea, and that goes from levels 1, 2, and 3. And you can see here it drops your chance of catching fish just a little tiny bit. It lowers your chance of getting junk and increases your chance of getting treasure. So with Luck of the Sea 1, you go from a 5% chance of getting treasure up to a 7.1. Junk drops from 10 to 8.1. Luck of the Sea 2, junk drops down to a 6.1% chance, treasure goes up to 9.2, and at the highest level, Luck of the Sea 3, junk you only have a 4.2% chance of gathering, and treasure you have an 11.3% chance. The next enchant that's exclusive to fishing is going to be Lure, and just like Luck of the Sea, it comes in levels 1, 2, and 3. Now when you fish, it takes anywhere from 5 seconds up to about 30 seconds to catch a fish, and every level of lure drops your wait time by 5 seconds. So at lure 3, the longest wait you're going to have is 15 seconds unless it's night, unless there's a solid block above where you're fishing. Now as far as the AFK fish farm itself goes, it's real simple to make. All you need is a chest with a hopper going into it. You put a fence post on top of the hopper with a gold pressure plate, and then you put a hole behind the hopper so when you pour water onto the fence plate it'll drop down into that instead of flowing everywhere. And then on the ledge behind the water where it drops down, you put a note block with a solid block on top of it just to get rid of the sound, and then you put an iron trap door against that block on top. Now the way you use that, let me grab a fishing rod here, is you want to stand on top of the treasure chest And you can see there's a little height difference, so you drop down a little bit when you get on top of it. Once you're actually on top of the chest, you want to aim for the front plate of the iron pressure plate and just hold down your mouse button. And what happens, the note block absorbs the right clicks. That way you're not constantly casting and recasting the fishing line. And whenever you catch a fish, it's automatically collected into the hopper and deposited into the chest. And you can see here we caught our first cod. Alright, so that's one fishing rod used until it broke. So let's see what all it gave us. Looks like we got a decent amount of fish to use as food. That's nice. That's nice too. We got 2 enchanting books. Bunch of junk. And then a couple fish. So I'm going to go ahead and smelt up the cod. Now, one of the things I was really hoping I'd get from that would be a fishing rod with mending on it. If you find one of those, that's the holy grail of AFK fish farms. As you use it, it'll repair itself every time you catch something. It doesn't matter if it's junk or treasure or a fish. And you can use that and basically AFK fish infinitely. Alright folks, that's about it for episode 1. Was able to get a mine shaft, get quite a few resources to start the game. Also set up a temporary building for the AFK fish farm to give me a bit of food so I don't have to worry about killing the few sheep that I have here, or trying to import cows. Damn it, I'm gonna have to import cows to get an enchanting setup. Damn it. So I will have to import some cows, but having the AFK fisher here is a good help anyway. It gives me access to things I don't normally have access to this early in the game. But hopefully you enjoyed the episode. If you did, drop a like. Let me know in the comments what you think. Also, let me know what you'd like to see in the future. Would you like to see joint projects between me and Lenny? Would you prefer to see me work on mega structures, little tiny builds? What sort of things would interest you? Alright, weirdos. Doom Diggity out. I'll see you next time.